What if humanity discovered something it was never supposed to see? An object so mysterious that even today, historians still argue about it? A map. Old, fragile, drawn more than 500 years ago. But hidden inside that map was a detail that should have been impossible. A frozen continent, Antarctica, drawn centuries before its official discovery, and according to some researchers, it may have been shown without ice. Tonight, we investigate one of the most disturbing mysteries in human history, the ancient map they tried to hide. Pause. The year was 1929. Inside the ancient Topkapi Palace in Istanbul, historians were sorting through forgotten Ottoman documents until they discovered a strange piece of parchment, a fragment of a world map. The map was signed by an Ottoman admiral and cartographer named Piri Reis. But as researchers studied the parchment closer, they realized this was no ordinary map. It contained coastlines that appeared astonishingly accurate, and at the bottom of the fragment was the detail that would spark decades of mystery. Land resembling Antarctica. Pause. To understand why this shocked historians, you need to understand one important fact. Antarctica was not officially discovered until 1820, more than 300 years after the Piri Reis Map was created. So how could a map from 1513 appear to show its coastline? Some researchers believed the answer was simple: coincidence. Others believed something much stranger: that Piri Reis copied information from ancient source maps, far older than his own civilization. And according to notes written directly on the map, that's exactly what he claimed. Pause. Piri Reis wrote that he used approximately 20 older maps and charts to create his masterpiece. Some came from Portuguese explorers, others from Arab sailors, but several sources were described as extremely ancient, possibly dating back to the time of Alexander the Great. Maps. Copied from maps. Copied from maps, stretching backward through history, until eventually, nobody knew where the original information came from. But what terrified researchers most was the possibility that those original maps may have been incredibly advanced. Pause. When modern cartographers analyzed the Piri Reis map, they noticed something unusual. Parts of South America were surprisingly accurate. Ocean distances appeared sophisticated, and certain geographic proportions seemed far ahead of their time. This was difficult to explain because in the early 1600s, accurately measuring longitude at sea was nearly impossible. Yet parts of the map seemed unusually precise, almost as if its creators possessed navigation methods we still don't fully understand. Pause. Then came the Antarctica theory. In the 1950s, some researchers compared the southern section of the map to modern seismic surveys of Antarctica. The resemblance shocked them. The map appeared to match land hidden beneath the ice, mountain ranges, coastlines, geographic formations buried for thousands of years. If true, it would mean the original source maps were created before Antarctica froze over completely. And that possibility changed everything, because according to mainstream science, humans should not have existed when Antarctica was last ice-free, which raised an impossible question: who made the original maps? Pause. Some believed the answer pointed toward a forgotten civilization, a civilization older than recorded history, one destroyed in a global catastrophe, a culture possessing advanced astronomy, navigation, engineering, and knowledge of the Earth, far beyond what historians believed possible. Naturally, Many people connected the mystery to Atlantis. According to Plato, Atlantis disappeared beneath the sea after a catastrophic event thousands of years ago. For centuries, historians dismissed the story as myth. But others wondered, what if Atlantis was based on something real? What if fragments of its knowledge survived, passed secretly between ancient civilizations, Egyptians, Greeks, Ottomans, until finally, pieces of that lost information appeared on the Piri Reis Map. Pause. And strangely, the Piri Reis mystery is not the only case. Throughout history, researchers have discovered ancient maps containing impossible details. One of the most famous is the Orontius Phineus map. Created in 1531, it also appeared to depict Antarctica. Again, without heavy ice coverage. Then there's the mysterious Buwache map from the 18th century. Some claimed it showed Antarctica divided into two separate land masses beneath the ice, a detail modern scientists would later discover using radar. Coincidence? Maybe. But each new discovery added fuel to the mystery. Pause. As these theories spread, the internet exploded with speculation. Some believed ancient civilizations possessed lost technology. Others claimed extraterrestrials helped early humans map the Earth. Some even suggested Antarctica itself hides the ruins of a forgotten civilization beneath the ice. And while many of these theories sound extreme, Antarctica genuinely remains one of the least explored places on Earth. Beneath its frozen surface lie hidden lakes, massive mountain ranges, and landscapes untouched for millions of years. Modern radar has revealed strange formations deep below the ice sheet. Most are natural, but online theorists believe some shapes appear artificial, almost engineered. Pause. But there's another mystery most people never talk about. Why do ancient cultures across the world describe catastrophic floods? Civilizations separated by oceans, all telling similar stories. Massive disasters, great floods, entire lands swallowed by water. Could these legends preserve memories of a forgotten prehistoric catastrophe? Some researchers believe the end of the last ice age caused enormous sea level rise. Ancient coastal civilizations may have vanished beneath the ocean. If true, human history could be far older than we realize, and perhaps maps like the Piri Reis chart are fragments from a world we no longer remember. Pause. Then there's ancient Egypt, a civilization still filled with unanswered questions. The pyramids, massive stone structures aligned with astonishing precision, built thousands of years ago. Even today, historians debate exactly how they were constructed. Some theorists believe Egypt inherited knowledge from an older civilization, one that existed before recorded history. And if that knowledge included advanced astronomy and navigation, maps of the ancient world may have survived through generations, eventually reaching men like Piri Reis. Pause. But mainstream historians strongly reject these ideas. Most experts argue the map does not actually show Antarctica. Instead, they believe it represents a distorted extension of South America. Early mapmakers often stretched coastlines or filled unknown regions with guesswork. Critics also point out that Antarctica has likely remained frozen for millions of years, long before human civilization existed. To them, the mystery is exaggerated by conspiracy theories and internet myths. But even skeptics admit something important. The Piri Reis map remains remarkably sophisticated for its time, and nobody fully understands all of its sources. Pause. Then there's the disturbing question of lost knowledge. History is filled with destroyed libraries and vanished documents. The most famous example? The Library of Alexandria. Thousands of scrolls disappeared forever after fires and wars devastated the library. What knowledge was lost? Ancient science? Maps? Astronomy? Engineering secrets? We may never know. And Alexandria was not the only loss. Entire civilizations vanished throughout history. What if humanity repeatedly rises and collapses? What if pieces of advanced knowledge survive each collapse, hidden inside myths, legends, and ancient maps? Pause. Even today, Antarctica continues to fuel global fascination. Satellite images reveal strange formations, dark openings in the ice, massive geometric patterns. Most have logical explanations, but online communities remain convinced something is hidden there. And perhaps that's why the Piri Reis Map remains so powerful, because it taps into a fear buried deep inside us. The fear that history is incomplete, that entire chapters of humanity's story may be missing. Pause. Imagine for a moment that somewhere in the ancient world, a civilization truly existed with advanced navigation skills, a civilization capable of mapping coastlines long before recorded history. Then imagine that civilization disappearing in catastrophe. Floods, earthquakes, ice, war, its cities destroyed, its people erased, but fragments of its knowledge survive, copied by sailors, preserved by scholars, passed secretly across centuries. Until finally, one Ottoman cartographer combined those fragments into a single map, a map humanity was never supposed to fully understand. Pause. And maybe that's the real mystery. Not whether Antarctica appears on the map, not whether Atlantis existed, but how much knowledge humanity has already lost. Because history is written by survivors, and every civilization believes it understands the world completely, until one day, it disappears. Pause. Somewhere beneath the ice of Antarctica, or buried beneath the oceans, or hidden in forgotten archives, the truth may still exist, waiting to be discovered. Waiting for someone brave enough to uncover it, and perhaps one day, another ancient map will surface, one even more impossible than the last. Until then, the mystery of the Piri Reis Map remains unsolved, a haunting reminder that the ancient world may have known far more than we ever imagined. Pause. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe for more mysteries, forgotten history, and unexplained discoveries, and tell me in the comments. Do you believe the Piri Reis Map is simply coincidence or evidence of a lost civilization?